Rapper. Hello, everybody. Who's ready to start the frickin' show, man? I do believe that we are, in fact, live. So, without further ado, I bring to you the Redpill Rapper Show, man. Hello, everyone. It's me, Mitch Murphy, the Redpill Rapper on thoughtcrimes.ca. Welcome back to another episode of the Redpill Rapper Show, man. Boy, does it ever feel good to be here. Now, before I dig into the content of the day, I gotta tell you about my freaking sponsor, man. And my sponsor of the day is the Resistance. Man, the Resistance is for you. It's for me. It's not like rules for thee and rules for me. It's just a brand for thee and me. It's for everybody, man. So if you love freedom and if you hate the frickin' tyranny and you hate the media, man, then you are the Resistance. I am the Resistance. We are the Resistance. And you don't even have to buy a hoodie if you want to be the Resistance. All you got to do is just say no. If you don't believe in the mask, don't frickin' wear it. I'm not saying don't wear it. I'm saying if you don't believe in it, don't wear it. Don't buy into nonsense, man. It's time to stop. It's time to stop doing things to appease other people that you don't believe in. Because we should live free as we believe. Crazy, radical thought crime alert, Jack Clausen Radio Network. So yeah, but if you want to buy a cool hat, like your boy Badman Redpill over here, or if you want to buy a frickin' hoodie, or if you want to buy any of these cool things that they got, man, just email theresistance144@protonmail.com or come to a freedom rally at Stewart Park in Kelowna at noon, or in my case tomorrow 11:30, because I'm going to be freaking performing, man, at Stewart Park in Kelowna at 11:30 a.m. You can see your boy Redpill. I promise I'll have this nasty beard shaved. I won't be looking all decrepit and nasty like this. I'll be like my nice, handsome self. You know what I mean? But for today, you're going to have to deal with this decrepit, horrific neck beard. But yeah, man, you can email theresistance144@protonmail.com, or you can buy one at a rally. Just make sure when you're doing such things that you say, "Have you heard of the Redpill Rapper?" And you will, in fact, receive 5% off whatever you're freaking buying, man. I don't care if you're buying 5 hoodies, 10 hoodies, 30 hoodies, whatever. You'll get 5% off whatever the total is, man. Whatever that freaking total is, you'll get 5% off. Can you imagine? All you got to do is say, "Have you heard of the Redpill Rapper?" And you will, in fact, receive that, man. Now, Corona, we've got some important stuff to talk about today. Kevin J. Johnston is on the attack, man. He's like freaking on the attack, man. He's going after No Frills. And I thought this was going to be an important stream to talk about it. And if I seem nervous, it's because I am. And it's because this is a hot button issue, man. It's tough. And, in the world, when you're dealing with human beings, you'll find that if you have a cause, or if you're on a side, or if you're in a tribe or on a team or anything like that, a lot of the time people are on edge, right? They're on edge as far as who's on my team, who can I trust, who's to be trusted, who's not to be trusted, who's helping further my cause, and who's preventing my cause from furthering. You know what I mean? And our group of freedom fighters in the beautiful country of Canada, we are particularly on edge because our media is brutal. As far as I can tell, the worst in the world. As far as demonizing people that believe in the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, they're brutal, man. They have our people believing that we're selfish, that we're grandma killers, that we're all these big nasty bad man things. But it's not true. Okay, first of all, in Uganda, the media doesn't tell people to hate people that don't wear a mask. So you know what? They don't hate them. It's the weirdest thing, man. It's so strange. It's almost as if without the television, we wouldn't hate each other so much, you know? And that goes as far as the mask thing, and that gets into racial division, gets into all kinds of stuff. All this division, all this hatred comes from the television. And that's what unifies my group. You know what I mean? That's a big part of it anyways, that we all understand the virus is transmitted through black mirrors. And they also understand that fear is transmitted through black mirrors. And so is division, and so is all these things, all this groupthink, all this stuff. is transmitted through the population through these fancy magic black mirrors with a bitten apple on the back of it. Does that sound familiar, huh? the apple of forbidden knowledge. You know what I mean? It's weird that that's on these phones where you have access to unlimited amounts of free pornography and snuff films and like all this stuff. It's like forbidden knowledge. You know what I mean? And then that also gets into, you know, forbidden information that you're not supposed to know. Like how many people died outside of long-term care homes in Canada, because I believe it's about 400, something like that, in a year of the most deadly pandemic in human history, supposedly. But again, that's besides the point. Corona. So Kevin J. Johnston is well known in the movement. And another reason that I'm nervous is this is a guy whose toes I don't feel like stepping on, man. Because I haven't been like a huge fan for a long time, but he's a name that I've heard of for a long time, and I have seen him do some good work. I know he had my friend Billboard Chris on, and he gave that guy a ton of publicity, my friend Chris. He's done a lot of good things, man, and as far as I can tell, he's on the right side, and does a lot of good things, and he's as far as I can tell, he's not a bad guy, right? But I gotta criticize him, man, because if you can't criticize your own side, then that just means that you're engaging in groupthink. That just means that you're engaging in tribal thinking. Because even if I'm wrong, okay, maybe I'm wrong with some of the stuff I'm gonna talk about today, but it's important to think about this stuff, man, because like otherwise you'll end up like a lot of these Trump people that because a lot of these Trump people down south, man, they're like on our side. They believe in their constitution, and they believe that they have God-given rights that the government can't take away, and then they support the guy that did Operation Warp Speed and is the biggest proponent of the global lockdown, man. He led the way. He showed the rest of the world that because he was like the populist hero, right? He showed the world that you should listen to your unelected health officials and let them decide how your society should be structured, and you shouldn't let the people decide. You should mandate these things, you know, you should lock everybody down and funnel them into multinational corporations. You should do these things because that's what the science says. And so, not to rag on, man, I'm pissing a lot of people off today, not to rag on Trump too hard or anything like that, but I'm just saying that a lot of people that believe that lockdowns are the bane of our existence right now are supporting the guy that pretty much started them, man. Like, I'm not saying he was first, but I'm saying he was like one of the loudest voices for it. And he's, to this day, he says that his lockdowns saved millions. I don't know where he got those numbers from, but I don't believe him. And so my point, and I, obviously I would have voted for Trump over Biden. I should make that clear. If you voted for anybody else in that, like, you're ridiculous, man. Even the Libertarian Party down there is a mess. But I'm going off the frickin' rails, man. I'm going off the rails. Sorry, spiral alert. But I wanted to go over some of what happened with Kevin J. Johnston. So, Corona, what happened? And I'm going to show you some footage. But just to give you a general overview, this man, Kevin J. Johnston, who is a patriot, again, I don't want to be just ragging on this guy all day. I just want to criticize. Sorry, I just want to say my thing, man. Kevin J. Johnston went to No Frills with his bare face out, man. He went there with his bare face out, and he went there with a squad of people, man. And I'm going to try to just explain what happened without giving my take yet. So he went in there, and I guess he really needed a bar of soap. He bought Irish Spring. And I don't know why I noted that, but it seemed relevant a moment ago. But yeah, they went in there, and they're, all the minimum wage zombies are just like, "Brr, brr, brr, you got your bare face out, you can't be in here." And it's, dude, this whole dynamic is so funny and so retarded because they're like, this is for their health and safety, right? It supposedly is how they're acting, but like, he spent more time in the store arguing about this stupid petri dish that goes on your face than he would have if they had just served him. Man, they got way more in his business, like way closer than 6 feet, and they wouldn't have had to otherwise if they just left him alone. And they're like berating him in the store, and they're keeping him in the store because it's not about a virus. It's all about control. Do you get it yet? Do you people fudging get it yet, man? Now, I'm just going to check my levels really quick to make sure I'm not speaking into the void here. I'm just getting a little paranoid that I'm going to screw up. Let me just check it here. Oh, I sound good, man. I sound like a freaking alpha male. Oh, man, I'm killing it today. But yeah, dude, they say it's for your health and safety. They're like, oh, if you come in here with a mask, it's so dangerous. And so if you come in here without a mask, I'm going to berate you for 30 minutes and put you in a Canadian tyranny chokehold. You know what I mean? The whole thing is so preposterous. And then they leave, and then a bunch of shit goes down in the parking lot. And before I get too much further, let's just look at what happened, man. Let's just look at some of the footage. So here we go.
Hey guys, I'm here with Kevin, Derek, and Lonnie.
Oh, there, hey, who's that? Janelle.
Kevin, Derek, and Lonnie.
We're going to David O'Frills.
Let's go talk to Dave and buy a bar of soap.
For all you people in Dawson that try to go to David O'Frills and get kicked out because you're not wearing a mask.
So I would like to know, these guys are worked up. You can tell, like, they got their squad, you know, they're all, I guess something must have happened at this No Frills that they're upset about, where somebody got booted out or something like that. And so, as far as I'm concerned, this squad of people actually has the moral high ground, where they believe that you should be not discriminated against. It's so funny, man. All these people, they keep saying over and over and over and over again, they're like, it's a private business. They can do whatever they freaking want, man. But if there was a sign that said no blacks, what would you say? You'd say that's discrimination, right? Okay, and then you go, well, it's just a mask. It's not the same thing. And I go, okay, to you it's just a mask. And even to me, honestly, man, it is kind of just a mask. But I know some people that to them, it's not just a mask. I know some people that will hyperventilate, that brings them back to a traumatic thing in their life, post-traumatic stress disorder, and they freak out and they can't handle it. And I know some people that have asthma. I know some people that have had half their lung removed because they had something growing in there and they had to get it cut out. Now they're operating at half lung capacity and they can't breathe with this fudging thing on, man. And so that it's not different, because if you're black and it says no blacks allowed inside, that's discrimination, because you can't not be black unless you're Sean King, I guess, or like Rachel Dolezal, one of these people that are transracial or whatever. Yeah, you can't change that. And if you have asthma, you can't change that. And if you have post-traumatic stress disorder, you can't just change it. Okay, that's not how these things work. And so it is discrimination. And so these guys do have the moral high ground. So before I tear this poor bastard apart, I want to make that clear. I want to make that very clear, that I do believe that they are morally superior in their actions here.
There you go.
Just not in the specifics, and you'll see what I'm saying in a second.
I'm just doing it for you.
That's it, mile zero. There you go. It's the beginning of the Alaska Highway. Type in
So I'm going to fast forward here. So we're walking in. Ooh, barefaced maniacs. But man, if you look at his demeanor and you listen to the way they're talking, these guys are hyped up, you know, and they've got a certain vibe with them. And you look at the way he's walking like a big boy, you know, he's got his fancy pants on and his shiny shoes. He's like, ooh, I got my bare face out. Look at me. Like, man, if I'm going to go somewhere without a diaper on my head, you know what I do? I call them. And I say, hi, do you believe in mask exemptions? And sometimes they say no. I don't say, do you believe in mask? I say, do you honor mask exemptions? That's what I say. And that's the right thing to do. I think, anyway. Sorry, Thought Crime Alert, Jack Lawson Radio Network. And man, one time, I wanted to take a nice girl to a nice place, and I called in and I asked them. And they said, oh, only if you have a doctor's note. And I said, well, what if I don't want to give you my private medical information? And they said, well, it's policy. Or no, sorry, back up. I said, what if I don't want to give you my private medical information? And they said, oh, it's the law. And I said, yeah, but the law clearly states that some people are medically exempt and you shouldn't ask them to prove it. And he goes, well, it's policy. And it's so funny, man. These people just hop around because it's not about a virus. It's all about control. Sorry, Thought Crime Alert, Jack Lawson Radio Network, and I got into it with this guy. And I didn't scream at him, but I got kind of heated. I was like, don't you think that's discrimination? We start going back and forth. And we had like a confrontation over the phone. But it was way better that I had that heated conversation, that hot dialogue over the phone, as opposed to making everybody in there that's with their families and stuff that are just trying to get through the day, man. You shouldn't make them suffer through that whole dynamic. It's better to just deal with it over the phone. And I'm not saying to yell at people over the phone either, man. You should be nice. I'm just saying I got upset and I got a little more heated than I would have liked. But I put myself in a position where I wasn't making anybody uncomfortable except the guy on the phone that deserved it. And everybody's all right. I went somewhere else. It's all good. That's not what this guy's doing. He's walking in looking for attention. And he may not be like outright doing it, but dude, they all got their phones out. He's walking a certain kind of way, and they're, you know, they got a vibe. Like, if you guys don't, you got to read the room, right? Look at the way they're walking, look at the way they're talking, and you'll see what I mean.
I'm good. That goes in. Thanks so much.
They are mandatory.
Yeah, but where's that? Mandatory masks in Canada. No such thing.
So even that man, he's a little aggressive, right? Like, and okay, I want to like back up and say he's correct. There are no mandatory masks. You're not allowed to discriminate based on medical conditions, and you're not allowed to tell people like what to put on their head. That's not how this works. But the way he's going about it is wrong. It's wrong. You're not going to be effective if you do this.
Mandatory.
Gonna fast forward again here.
You can
Right? There's anyone?
Hi guys, you guys have to wear a
We're
mask.
good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will ask you to leave.
We're leaving.
And isn't it sad, man? You see that girl, she's like 12 years old. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but just like this young girl that's put in this position to like have to accost a grown man. Because, dude, like whoever her boss is a bad person. Sorry, thought crime alert, Jack Lawson. I shouldn't say that. He's not a bad person. I'm just spiraling again. But that's, you shouldn't put these people in that position. You should just leave people alone. Live and let live, man.
If you're leaving, you can exit right here. That's perfect.
Is there self-checkout? Is there self-checkout?
No.
Oh, that checkout right there? Okay.
You need to leave your items there.
Well,
We want to.
just a second here. Hold on. Hold that. Hold that.
The
One second.
tude, man. They're giving
Hold
him the
this.
tude big time.
Okay. $3 bar soap.
Live?
Sure am.
Holy.
Holy. Yeah, because you got a militant policy here. Okay. Bar soap, $3. $5 bill. I got all these teenagers here telling me that I can't be here and I have to leave this behind. But here's the way the law works.
Or a face.
They owe me $2. I'm going to leave this money behind.
So, dude, he's so blatantly just trying to get a viral confrontation. He's not trying to accomplish anything. He's just and again, and like Kevin J. Johnston, like all respect, man. I'm just, it's a criticism of what you're doing. That's it. Because my whole point, and the reason everybody roasted me on Facebook today, is because this is ineffective. This is not effective. This is not going to accomplish anything. It's just because like these people are already programmed to think that we're these like raging lunatics, right? Even though we're just normal. We're just like normal human beings. But they're already programmed to believe that we're these like manic anti-maskers. And all this is going to do is just feed that narrative. And again, anybody who believes that narrative is wrong and they're a victim of this relentless propaganda campaign. But that's the result, man. I'm a results-oriented person. Okay? And like he's walking in there trying to feel like a big boy, you know, trying to feel like a big shot, trying to get like a viral confrontation, and he gets it. And he's just like, oh, hold my camera. There's cameras everywhere, and these people are just trying to like do their minimum wage job. I don't like it.
Okay. There you go. So you guys owe me $2, and we're out of here.
You're not leaving with that. Put that down right there.
If you touch me, you're going to be arrested.
You're gonna get charged.
Leave that
I just-
right now.
I just paid her.
We didn't accept it. Leave right now.
And dude, I don't think that's tough, okay? He's like, don't touch me, you'll get arrested. Like, I'm sorry, man. I don't view that as a tough guy thing where it's just like the moment, and you see it all the time. The moment anybody lays a hand on somebody, they're like, that's assault, I've been assaulted, blah, blah, blah. I just, like, man, I don't know, dude. Maybe it's just because I grew up in the country, like, scrapping in the woods for fun. But, like, that is, like, the pussiest shit. Like, I'm sorry, but it just is, dude, to be like, oh, I'll call the cops, that's assault. Like, no, you don't call the cops. You like deal with things like an adult, like a human being, and you negotiate and you talk. You don't do that, you know? Like these people they're saying like, and again, these people are ridiculous. They're like, no, I can't sell you the bar of soap because you got your face out. When it's like, he's already there. Just sell it to him. The whole thing's retarded. But again, it's results. He's like, there's a certain result you'll get if you act like this, and you're about to see what that result is.
Ow!
You just paid her.
No.
Go ahead and finish. There's the $5 bill.
We are not accepting that $5 bill. It hasn't been scanned.
I paid for it. I paid for it.
Leave that right now.
What are we doing here? I just paid $5 for $3 for stuff.
Leave right now.
So,
You can't just do that. It hasn't been scanned. What are you doing?
don't touch me. Don't touch me.
This one's dirty.
Because they're all yelling at me. Here,
Yeah.
that's $5.
This fantastic.
You guys have my money? It's right there. Do you not understand how to ring for? Well, I do. Thank you, Dave. We can go. See? But Dave did touch me, so I may or I may not call the police. Dave? Dave? Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, I don't like it, man.
That's Dave
I
from
don't
Dave's No Frills. I just paid $5 for $3 worth of soap.
He's got nothing else to do.
Out you go. Out you go.
Exemptions exist. Exemptions exist. Oops, sorry, Lonnie, I stepped on your foot.
Don't worry. What a horrible, horrible human being that is. That's the worst girl.
I haven't seen
That
nothing
is
quite
the
like that
worst
one
girl
yet.
in Canada. As of today, the worst. She actually had the audacity to try and grab something from me. So
gonna fast forward a bit.
Three.
Man, like this whole thing, he's just spiraling. He's just spiraling like crazy, and he's not trying to make any. In this instance, he's not trying to make any change. He's trying to get a viral confrontation, and he got it. And it's about to get a lot worse, man, because again, you'll see the kind of fruit that these sort of actions will bear.
Membership and they won't serve you. What do? Leave the cash, walk out the door.
And man, he's instructing people to do it, you know, and keep in mind, I'm Mr. Libertarian. I'm not saying this guy should be censored. I'm also not saying you shouldn't support him. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that like this is bad, man. This is not positive. This is a negative thing that he's doing. He's like, oh guys, you should act like me and do this so that you can go to jail like me. Spoiler alert. Like,
Ah, what an idiot, David.
I told you it's bad there.
Well, I don't care.
I've never seen one.
and I agree. I agree. Dave's an idiot. Dave's a complete idiot. Like, what's he doing? It doesn't make any sense. Nothing that Dave is doing is based on science. It's all based on authoritarianism that Dave apparently loves. But this is not going to change Dave's mind. This is not going to leave Dave educated. This is not going to leave Dave more open-minded. This is going to make Dave be more militant and be more concreted into his side of his scientism cult. This is just more division into us versus them. And keep in mind, man, so a couple people accused me on my Facebook page of being divisive. I'm not being divisive. Criticizing your own side is not divisive. It's healthy. It's positive. Even if you walk away from this video disagreeing with me, it's not divisive to disagree with your own side. It might be divisive if I was telling everybody, oh, unsubscribe to this guy. Don't give him your money. That's not what I'm saying. Honestly, I kind of want to buy some wasted native coffee. But what I'm saying is don't take his advice. Don't take his advice, man. That's like what I'm here to say is like he's encouraging his tens of thousands, probably even hundreds of thousands of followers to act like him. But if you act like him, you'll get results like him. And look at the results.
I like can you possibly be?
That's fine.
Go right ahead. Bring it on.
Nothing on me on anything. You do not have my permission.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
All over a stupid mask, man.
And there's
This whole
Dave.
dynamic is so
Going
retarded.
to take pictures of
You
our
go take
license
pictures.
plate.
Boy.
Attaboy, Dave.
You see that? Okay, you hear his tone, man? I told you guys, I grew up scrapping in the woods. I know that tone. I know that tone, and I know that demeanor, and I know what that tone is inviting. And you're about to see it.
Attaboy.
Get out of here.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave, from Dave's No
Buckle up, snowflakes.
Frills. The guy who actually touched me. There he is right there. Fuck you. Try that again.
Stop it.
You see that? Let's watch that one again, man.
Boy.
Results.
Get out of here.
Results.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave, from Dave's No Frills. The guy who actually touched me. There he is right there. Fuck you. Try that again.
Stop it.
You see what I'm saying, man? Like this whole thing is what this is inviting, man. I don't like, and a big part of why I'm so like butthurt about this whole thing is because if people think that this is like acceptable and that this is the way to do activism and this is the way to enact change, we're gonna see shit like this in Kelowna, man, and I don't want to fucking see it, man. If I see anybody acting like this in Kelowna, I'm gonna jump in. And if I see anybody acting like this with a Resistance hoodie, we're gonna have a real problem, dude. We're gonna have a real problem, because I don't want to see this shit.
Fucking crazy? Try that again.
You're the crazy.
Try it again. All right.
I want to see it again. I want to see if he smacks the phone out of his hand.
Dave from Dave's Notebook. The guy who actually punched him. There he is right there.
Yeah, he did. He did smack it out of his hand.
Stop it. Fucking crazy? Try that again.
You're the crazy.
Try it again. Try it again. Try it again.
Slap it.
Try it again.
His phone out of his hand.
That's twice you assaulted me. Twice. Hit me again. Let's go.
Let's go there.
But the dialogue there is really important, because Dave, the dummy Dave over there, it's a Diaper Dave 2.0 over there. He says, you're the crazy one, because Kevin J. Johnston says, you're acting crazy. And he goes, you're the crazy one. And it's that dynamic that's being exacerbated through stuff like this, is that, dude, these, like, people like Diaper Dave 2.0 over there, I think are completely insane. It's so irrational and tyrannical and weird and freaky. He's out of his mind. It doesn't make any sense what he's doing and what he's enforcing and what he's asking his employees to do. It's retarded. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. But they feel the exact same way about us, man. The way that people like Diaper Dave 2.0 feels is he thinks like, it's a mask and it's a global pandemic and everybody's granny is dying. Why are you being so selfish? Why can't you just put on this mask to save my Grammy? That's the dynamic that's going on here, man. And like, you guys know what I think, but just you got to have compassion for how other people think, even if they're a prick like Diaper Dave 2.0 over here, man. Even if they're like a tyrannical douchebag that will gladly get in your face when there's supposedly this big spooky virus going around. Even people like that, we need to have compassion for people like that, because if we don't, we're just going to separate, which is exactly what they want, man. You got to just like accept that people like Diaper Dave 2.0 are out there, and you've got to act accordingly, man. Otherwise, we're going to have problems. We're going to have big, big problems, man, if we don't act right. Because they just like Shadow Walker said in the chat, they just want us to fight each other, man. That's it. Now I'm just going to check out the chat here on the Facebooks. Sorry if I've been unattentive. Erica says, I still haven't figured out if it's actually legal in Canada to leave payment behind. Yeah, I think it's one of those like common law things. And when people talk about common law, I get nervous because like, I don't want to go to jail, for like not paying taxes or something. But Erica says, yes, but he is still fighting for his rights. Corona. Yeah. And I support his fight, but I don't support the way that he's fighting, man. I don't. I think he's making a big mistake here, man. Erica again says he wasn't going to be effective if he had been polite either. People are being charged and jailed over this, even when being polite and exercising their rights. You're correct. Because Erica, no matter which direction we go, it's unfair. We're being treated unfairly, and it's not right, and it's wrong. But what I'm saying is that if we want to get out of this, man, if we want to find a way out, we need to be as effective as possible. And what these guys, man, IamFreeCanadian.ca, it's the We're All Essential guys, man. It's Vlad, it's Beatrice, it's Marcella, it's all these people that are coming together. Most of them are business owners. They're people that are coming together to teach you how to effectively do this shit, man. How to effectively do it, how to educate yourself, and how to educate business owners to do this shit, man, because there's a way to do it that will work, and this won't work. And man, the other part of like doing this fight properly is by picking your battles, because Diaper Dave 2.0, you're not gonna win. But man, I bet you at a grocery store down the road, there's probably a guy there that you can talk to, man. You can probably talk to him. And if there's zero in your town, then like maybe you gotta escalate, maybe you gotta do something else. But my point is that you don't go looking for a fight like Kevin J. Johnston did, man, because if you go looking for a fight, you're going to find one.
You got my phone?
Ronnie does. Oh, on video, boy.
Yeah, I know. You just assaulted me. Let's go. Call the cops.
So yeah, then after that he gets arrested, man. He does it. I don't even want to show the other side of it because he does all this goofy stuff where he puts Diaper Dave 2.0 on under like citizen's arrest. And the whole dynamic's really weird because he's like, you're under citizen's arrest, and the cop's like, you're under arrest, dude. And then they lock him up. And it's a mistake. Like, this whole thing's a mistake, man, because all I'm saying is if you want to go to jail over this, follow Kevin J. Johnston's advice, man. Follow it and do what he does, and you'll get the same results. I can almost guarantee it, man. You'll end up punching some like grocery store worker in the head, and you'll get locked up. And that's not what I want for my friends. Okay, so everybody that's like mad at me for my hot take on this, just understand. Whether you agree with me or not, where I'm coming from is I want the best for people in this movement. I want our movement to progress and achieve our goals, which is to end every mandate in this country and to get the Charter of Rights and Freedoms back. I want that mission to progress, and I want my friends to stay safe, and I want them to keep as many friends from the old world as possible, and I want them to move through life achieving things and not going to jail, man. I love my friends. I love these people I've met through this movement, and I don't want to see them go down like this, man. Because really, like, the other side of this is that we're all on edge, man, at an extent that's really intense. Because we're being treated really unfair, man, and you wouldn't believe how irrational people act, man. They think there's this magic cloud around you that you're just, like, spreading corona, like, everywhere you go. You know what I mean? Erica says, I totally see the problem in what/how he did it. My thing is that I've been trying to effectively fight this and educate people since early last year. People just don't care and act illegally regardless. His arrest was also completely illegal. Well, there was a punch in the head. You know? And, like, as far as I can tell, and again, I do believe Kevin has some moral high ground in what he's doing, but, like, dude, if you come at somebody yelling at them like that and you stick a phone in their face, like, what else is the guy going to do? He smacks it out of his hand and then he punched him in the head. Like, it makes sense that if the cops are called that somebody's going down because there was a punch in the head. So, I don't know, man. I'm not even saying... It's a really convoluted topic, right? Like, it really is. But the way to go about it is not by doing this, man. Like, I've found in my own life, I've been pretty effective by just, like, maintaining a stable headspace, man. Like, we had that Antifa dipshit, that skinny jeans dipshit showing up at our rallies. And all I wanted to do was go over there and act a fool, man. For real. I don't even want to get into it too much. The procedure of the actual arrest was illegal. Yeah, you're probably right. I didn't hear them read him his rights or anything like that. So you're probably right there. Because, the RCMP in this country has turned into a real mess. Like a real big time mess. But... yeah, that Antifa guy was, like, yelling at my friends at their kids, and I just wanted to go out there and, like, spiral and get all crazy. But you know what I did was I stayed calm. Whoever was over there that would chat with me, I chatted with them, had some good conversations, and I gained their trust a little bit. And then I just stood there with my video camera one day, and that's how I got all that crazy footage of health expert Heather and, like, the rest of these guys. That's how I got this shot.
Fuck you! With the deep-seated passion, everything I have in my body, fuck you!
That's how I got that shot, man, because I'm effective. Because I went through just, like, acting normal. I didn't punch that guy in the head. I just, like, gained their trust, stood there with a video camera. I roasted them on the internet without harassing, without, like, you know, getting all crazy. I just roasted these guys on the internet, and that dude never came back. Okay, so when I say I'm results-oriented, I really mean it, man. Like, if I thought that acting like Kevin J. Johnston would be effective and would help people act different and educate business owners, you'd have my full support, man. You guys think I care about the law? You think I care about going to jail over this stuff? I don't care, man. I'd go through a lot worse in jail for the charter and for my freedom, man. I really would. The distinction is that doing that won't help. Her lung must be on the ground. Yeah, she's got some powerful lungs, man. I'll give her that. Must be all those cigarettes she smokes, but yeah, man, it's not that I have a problem with I publicly condemn and disavow anyone who breaks any law. But it's not that I have a problem with, like, him breaking the law. And I'm not saying he did either. Sorry, I'm spiraling again. Because I'm trying not to incriminate myself here. Okay, that's why I'm getting all crazy. My problem is not with, like, going against mandates or breaking laws or anything like that. My problem is effectiveness. It's with effectiveness, and this is not effective. It's just dividing the people, man. Because, dude, if you're a Rothschild, if you're a Rockefeller, if you're Bill Gates, if you're Anderson Cooper, if you're any of these people, you want nothing more than poor people hating other poor people and punching each other in the head in a parking lot. That's all you want. So that, because then they'll never realize that the bank buys your currency, inflates it, and sells it back to you at interest. That's why, that's the whole thing, man. That's their whole thing. She probably sleeps with a diaper on. Yeah, man, she's gonna have tan lines at the beach this summer. Health expert Heather. She's gonna have old diaper face tan lines going on. Oh, dude, I can't. That struck me the other day, and because I realized some people will have those tan lines, and oh, it's gonna be funny. But that's what they want, man. They want poor people fighting each other so that we don't realize what the bank is up to, so that we don't realize like all this shit that's going on. So just like don't do it, man. And anybody that's like listening and they think I'm kind of making sense or half making sense or fully making sense, look up Beatrice, man. Get Beatrice off my news feed and send her a message or come to an event, man. Come to one of these messages. David Kopp says exactly, the focus should be on the people making the laws. That's right, man. That's right. The problem is these politicians. The problem is this media establishment. The problem isn't Diaper Dave 2.0 because there's a million of them. There's so many of that guy out there that they'll just eat up whatever they get on the television, man. It's time to stop. It's time to stop. Kevin J. Johnston, stop attacking No Frills. But yeah, man, I think that's everything I should probably get into. I think that's kind of like my whole take. I'm just trying to think if there's any. Sometimes I end a stream and then I look back and I'm like, damn it, I should have said this. I should have said that. But I think that's it. I think that's kind of about it that we got going on. So just to liven up the mood a little bit before we leave, I wanted to just show you guys some footage from the mega rally. I'm going to show more of this footage. I got a good stream lined up. It's going to be called Protest Rapper. You guys are going to like it. It's going to be kind of my story as far as how I got into this and how I got to where I am now. Erica Powell says, well, they shouldn't because you were supposed to change them every 30 minutes max. But we all know that doesn't happen. Laugh my ass off. Yeah, absolutely. The whole thing's ridiculous. David says, I would like to see a tax revolt. Dude, that's a really good point, man, because it really struck me the other day. I watched a movie. I never watch movies anymore, but I watched The Patriot, that old Mel Gibson one. And they went to war over taxation without representation. And that's what the Don't Tread on Me flag's all about, right? And it struck me, dude, if you looked at our tax structure that it is today, imagine if nobody had ever heard the word taxes before. Imagine if it was never a thing. Imagine if like highways were built voluntarily and healthcare was like through voluntary transactions. Imagine if it was just all voluntary. Like you bought your own healthcare and like no one ever stole your money off your paycheck and like you made 45% more than you're earning now or more. And then we elected somebody and they said, you know what, you guys, here it is. And they gave us this progressive tax system where you get taxed on everything you buy and everything you sell, on every dollar that you earn and every transaction that you do. We would freak out, man. We'd do some 1776 style shit, man. We really would. But the problem is that we've got this boiling frog thing going on where it's just normal because they just did it slowly. They eased us into it, and now we're here. And now they get half our money, and a large chunk of it goes to build sock factories in Indonesia where they got child labor. It's a mess, man. It's time to stop. It gets donated to the Clinton Foundation. It gets wasted on like all these garbage projects that don't make any sense, that aren't profitable. I'm spiraling again. David says, this country is a horrible spiral going down so quickly. It's shocking. COVID is like a turbo on it. That's right, man. So check it out. We did some badass shit at the mega rally, man. And just keep in mind, man, anybody that's upset with me, please try not to be too much a hater. Corona, because we're all in this together, man. We're all in this together. We're fighting for freedom, and one of those freedoms is free speech. And free speech does not just mean I get to say the N-word hard R like Jack Clausen. It also means that we have more speech. It means that we talk to each other more and more, and that the more speech we have, the better off we are. And so even if I'm wrong, it's still good to hear me out. And I appreciate you guys hearing me out, man. You guys, we had a great conversation on my Facebook feed today. And I love you guys. You know, it doesn't make me think of anybody differently. It just... it's just difference of opinion, man, and it's all good. I see things a little bit differently after all the conversations we had, and I hope you do too. Even if I didn't change your mind, I hope you see it different, and maybe you're more solidified. I don't know. But anyway, here's some footage from the mega rally. It's crazy.
Stephanie! Captain arrived!
I love hearing Sarah in the background.
There you go! Yeah, girl!
Playing some Tyson James.
Just don't wanna trip on anyone. Holy!
Erica, I don't see a civil war on the horizon because the men are too soyed out, man. They're too soyed out. Like, these movements are so full of women. All the men are at home, like, whacking off to free porn, eating, like, soy biscuits from Starbucks. We're a mess, dude. The male population sucks.
Holy man!
But look at the size of that crowd, man. It's huge. It's freaking huge.
Okay, try not to get hit by a car here. Yeah! Freedom!
Hey. Badass. I'm gonna fast forward.
These ideas are not yours or mine. In the light they will not shine. It's a planet, take our rights like every fucking guy.
Yeah!
I love that song, man. That song, it's like, it's pretty edgy, dude. I gotta be careful when I play that song. I gotta be real careful, because, yeah. Now this one, dude, this is one that I'm gonna remember forever. Check this out.
Legalize!
Featuring voice crack. You guze hear that? Legalize church. Still though, it's epic. It's freaking epic, dude. It's lit.
Awesome.
Solidarity with Big Pharma.
That's right.
How many of our friends have been killed by Big Pharma? How many of you guys who will say no?
No! Yeah!
In opposition to Goldman Sachs and the central bank. We're here to liberate the people of Canada.
That's right.
Okay, now just to like flex on my own messaging a little bit, sorry. Think of messaging like legalized church. Whether you're a churchgoer or not, what that does is it forces our opposition to realize what they stand against, man. Because like if you hold a sign that says masks make me sick, or if you hold a sign that says like, muzzles are for dogs and stuff like that. And dude, it's not a shot at anybody. It's all good. Like, I'm not saying don't have those signs. I'm just saying when you're talking to people, you got to be careful. You know what I mean? Because you hold up a sign that says legalized church. That's like, oh, I don't want to I don't think church should be illegal. Why am I on this side of the street? But if you hold up a sign that says masks make me sick, or like masks are fake and gay, that's kind of what I'd like to hold up. Sorry, Thought Crime Alert, Jack Lawson Radio Network. Is that it's a lot easier to stand in opposition to that. You know what I mean? Especially if you're like, you listen to a bit of the mainstream news and stuff like that. You're kind of a normie or whatever. Corona, it's easier to like stand on the other side of the street from someone who's like, masks are fake and gay. Like, it's a lot easier to stand in opposition to that than it is to be like have Badman Redpill up there with like a legalized church. You know what I mean? Faith is essential. These phrases like that, man. That's important. And you know what's not good messaging is walking in with 12 barefaced people, everybody with their camera rolling, looking for a fight, man, looking for a viral confrontation where you're throwing $5 around and you're walking out of the store while they're claiming theft. Like, you got to try to get along with people, man. You got to get along with people. Now, I feel bad. Okay, I feel bad because you brought up the masks make me sick signs, and my friend Ziggy holds up that sign, and she, like, kills it, man, because she's got her bells. She's just like, masks don't work. It's just, like, the best, man, because she's, like, the sweetest person, and people, like, you can't hate her, you know what I mean, because she's the best. Ziggy, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I hope you didn't feel like that was a shot at you, but... my point has a lot more to do with just like messaging in general, man. When you're talking to people, when you're writing signs, when you're doing these things, if you wanna be effective, you gotta push people in a corner, and with reality too, right? I'm not saying straw man. I'm not saying do anything crazy. I'm saying like you gotta kind of make them realize what they stand for, because what these people stand for is for big pharma holding the key to your freedom, man. That's the big thing that everybody's missing is like this, what we've been pigeonholed into is that we've accepted that the only way to defeat this virus is but through big pharma, and they took away our rights until the virus goes away, meaning Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, these companies, they decide when we're free. I say no, man. Fuck that shit, man. Johnson & Johnson, they're in the middle of a lawsuit for knowingly putting baby powder, or just knowingly putting asbestos in their baby powder. Pfizer has one of the worst antitrust criminal histories in all pharma history, dude. Moderna, like, pushes pills. They love opioids. I don't trust these people, man. All of them have antitrust lawsuits. All of them have class action lawsuits for doing shady shit. And they do it on purpose because they can just settle in court and get away with it. And so, if you want their vaccine, take it, man. But don't bank my Charter of Rights and Freedoms on when they get their next product out. Sorry. This is why I'm yelling at the people, and this is why they march with us, man. This is why thousands of us get together in Kelowna and do this shit, because we're not taking it, man. Moderna doesn't tell me when I'm free. Pfizer doesn't tell me when I'm free. I've got God-given rights, baby. Sorry. Thought Crime Alert, Jack Clausen Radio Network. I decide. You decide. We decide. We the people, man. Now, man. Nah, it's antenna.
That's right! Don't shit on me!
Yeah, man, that's what we got going on. So thanks for tuning in. I sure appreciate you guys hearing me out. I love you people. Be brave, live free, take your vitamin